Oh, and let me show you this other deck that I was testing out with my other friend. And this is actually a 60 card trap deck. It has Labrynth, Dinomorphia, and the new Zark stuff. Okay, so in their hand they have Max C, Ash Blossom, Talents, Sark, and the Resonator card thing. And of course, you know, we have 5 traps in our hand. But even though, you know, we're going second with the trap deck, we're just gonna win. We're gonna let them do all of this, doesn't really matter. Yeah, like get all of your value, sure. They summon Zombie Vampire, they're gonna mill 4 cards from each deck. And then that's when they saw, oh, okay, so this is what you're playing, right? Dinomorphia with Shifter. So they steal our Shifter, they go for the Scarred Dragon Archfiend. And then this summons back Rebellion, and this summons another guy for some reason. And then they once again have 2 8s. And then so now they end on this. Ash Blossom and a Monster Negate. Their hand was pretty awkward, and they didn't really get too many things off of Zombie Vampire. And this was the best thing that they could have done with that specific hand. But still, Ash Blossom and a Monster Negate probably will, you know, be good enough most of the time. But now we have 5 traps set. Okay, and just to review, Judgment, Fairhip Flames, Dinomorphia Frenzy, Soul of the Supreme King, which will summon Zark, and we have the combo piece that goes along with it, which is the Daruma Cannon. So in draw phase, we summon Zark. Now, notably, this summons it, but it's negated. Right? But it's mandatory to activate its effect. And now, if we have the combo piece of the Daruma Cannon, you flip it face down, and then, because it's face down, it's no longer negated, and it blows up every single card. And with these 2 cards in their hand, they can't really do anything. And now, it's time for the new card. It's Odd Eyes Arcray Dragon, which we can summon by tributing over the Zark that we summoned with that trap card. And now on summon, it also scales Performa Pal Rainbow Magician, which is a card that I hate so much, because what it does is, if you have no back row, you have no set cards, you cannot activate monster effects, right? And then if you have a full back row, including Fire Rainbow Magician, it doubles all of your monsters' attack. So now, we activated 2 trap cards, right? We've activated this, and suddenly we have game on board. We didn't even have to use any of the other traps, and that's just so stupid. And I hate that that's a thing. And if you didn't know, there's actually another effect to that Zark trap card, which is even funnier than what we just saw. Because now you end on a board with a million different monsters. Okay, so this time we are going first. Use Fossil Dig to add Theresia. Theresia will add Frenzy. And now we set 4 traps, right? This pops 1 card along with our Dinomorphia card. This summons a Dinomorphia monster. This one just bounces stuff. And this one is the Zark summon, right? But this time we don't have Daruma Cannon, so we won't be using that pop effect. But we'll go over the bonus effect of this card, which is so stupid. Okay, so now they open with Crimson Gaia. We now pay half of our life points for Soul of the Supreme King. And now we use Zark. Of course it's negated, that doesn't really matter. But now, because they activated a spell card, while Soul of the Supreme King was in the grave, we now use its bonus effect, where we banish the trap and the Zark on the field to summon 3 dragon monsters from the extra deck for free. So now we've summoned Clear Wing, Starving Venom, and Brave Eyes Pendulum, right? We've done nothing really, and now we have a bunch of these monsters on the board. Alright, so now they're gonna continue playing, right? These two don't really do anything. This one is a spell trap negate and it gains attack and is pretty much a towers. Okay, so now they're gonna use Sarcophagus, and then of course we're gonna negate that. Don't want that doing anything. Okay, now they summon this thing. They're gonna try to get Griffin up for a negate, but then we're just gonna pop the token and our Theresia. So now they have 2 Bestials left. Sure, doesn't matter. So this chain that we did with Crystal Clear actually doesn't really do anything except for gaining attack, and then it becomes unaffected by our opponent's effects. And now we use Frenzy to summon Kentragino. Again, everything that we've activated so far costs life points. We are now down to 1,000. Okay, so now the Druid Swarm is on the field. We use Kentragina, lowering our life points again, to summon the Rex turn. And now, we get to summon or activate our last trap, which is Ferret Flames, which forces them to spin back their Druid Swarm, and the game is over. So 2 different things that you could do with the same deck, right? And we haven't even like seen what the Labrynth package does in the deck, which makes it a little bit more consistent, right? Because now you could search whatever trap that you need and also activate traps on the turn, on your turn actually. Ooh, and I can't imagine a better hand. They have something there where they were either loading or thinking on something. I hope they Ash here. Okay, that's fine too. So you know how when we summon Zark and chain, what is it called? Daruma Cannon to it, flipping it face down to get its effect to resolve because it's negated on the board. Does that work when we shuffle it back into the extra deck with like Welcome Lab? No, you can't redeem stuff today because I don't have the actual like VTuber model, and I just have a PNG that probably will not be moving. Okay, so there's Raid Soth. Okay, so they can't use Imperm anymore. So we'll probably use Frenzy after this. Okay, they're adding Rhino Heart. That's weird. I think we start with Soul of the Supreme King. No, we'll wait for that. And then use a Big Welcome. Or do we Big Welcome first? And then we can get Lady Lab to do stuff. Because we don't play Lovely. We do not play Lovely. Okay. Well, I mean, we might as well do some experimenting. So let's do this first. So now if they use Birth or something, we can just banish it, summon 3 dudes. And that seems pretty good. And we'll also do this now. Let's get rid of you and you. Okay, they have something here now. But let's just do this. I can't imagine what that could be. Well, I guess it could be Gamma. But then Gamma kind of like screws you over for summoning your Kashtira monsters, right? Oh, well, do I have some good news for you? I actually have 160 royals in this account. Okay, so now they're thinking that's not doing anything. That's fine. Yeah, so then if they use Birth, if they just had it in hand, we're gonna be sending stuff away. Huh? Why? Why are we ending? Okay. Well, I'm gonna use Big Welcome now. I'm still confused as to what that other card is. They have Rise Heart there. The 3 other cards is activatable. Okay, do you still want to attack? Yeah, I didn't want to really like waste my Rexstorm activation. Okay, 2 sets. It's kind of worrying. So I think I'm gonna use Ferret Flames in end phase. Okay, so they're going on defensive now. This is the Rise Heart. So cards that could be activated on my turn when they had card set, what, called by would be a thing. That wouldn't matter, right? It's not Droplet because they would have used it and we would have lost the game then and there. So it's not Droplet. Okay. Let's move to end. Let's use Ferret Flames. And then let's chain you. Yeah, because then we'll summon the Theresia. Oh, it goes back to the deck. How could I forget that that's what it does? Okay, there's my Shifter. Alright. Let's do this. So we're activating you, and then we're gonna pop 1 back row, and then we're gonna use Big Welcome from the grave to remove this other one. And then we should be safe from anything that they do, right? So they might as well activate the cards that they have now. Okay. This doesn't... They could summon whatever this card is in their hand. So let's just do this. And we're gonna pop this, use Big Welcome to put this back into their hand. Oh, and then we could even do this. Yep, so now we have Chain Link 5. Perfect. And again, they did have one hand trap on their turn and it was not enough, not even close. Let's go for... It doesn't really matter. Let's go for Daruma Cannon. And then let's pop you, and let's pop you. See? I told you it was called by. They had something activatable. Okay, and then we can banish you since you don't have a grave effect. And then it special summons this. And now we burn them. We can send this to the graveyard. Okay, I think that's more than enough. Yeah, start with you. And then we should have exact game with Kentragina and Zark.